is a show about things we struggle with, the ones we don't always talk about. Each episode is a real conversation meant to remind us that speaking honestly about what we're carrying doesn't make us weak. It's about finding clarity, encouragement, and the reminder that we're not alone in the struggle. This is Wonderfully Difficult.
Well, I guess this is the new thing. We have a person that's never been on a podcast before, and then a week later they got to come back and do a part two.
Hell yeah. Conversation rule the nation, baby.
Yeah, man. It was that first episode, man. It was good. Like we said before, there's a lot of stuff that we got into during that podcast, man. That I've known you for a long time, and there's things that you opened up to me about, that I didn't even know that you went through some of that stuff.
That conversation kind of brought a different side from me, you know what I'm saying? Because I never talked like that before, you know what I'm saying? Especially with you, like a lot of people that I know have heard some of the stories, but me and you actually having that conversation it actually helped me in a lot of ways too, though. But yeah, when you growing up and you meeting people, you just don't know what other people talk about or what they've been through or how they feel about certain situations. Because we had fun, bro. We was young, man.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to say that I feel like a lot of people who are willing to open up or are willing to view the world in a different type of way, they're the ones that saw the struggle and went through the dark times and came out the other side. And I feel like those are the people who are more likely to try to get on the train of like, hey man, let's help some people out. Let's maybe help the next man to from my experiences, let's help them out, and maybe they don't have to go through it as like I did.
Yeah. And that's life though. A lot of people don't see it that way because they just never been in that position. But me being in a position that I've been in and growing and learning and everything in life, I'm exactly what you just said. It's everything on the head. You know what I'm saying? Anything I can do or say, you know what I'm saying? If it's laughter, if it's session where we cry together, if it's a session where we gotta pray together. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care which way it goes, as long as hey, as long as I'm able to help, I'm here.
Right. And well, all that being said, this whole podcast, I don't know what you want to call it, Zoom call, webcam, whatever it is. Like this is a new experience for me as well, and hopefully we could use this to allow people who don't necessarily live right down the road, or life gets busy, and maybe with this way we could reach more people and get more guests on here. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's not the same, it's not as intimate without being sitting down face to face. It feels different, but you got to do what you got to do. So we're gonna try this out and see how it works, I guess.
Yeah, and let me say something. Let me say something right quick. I really appreciate what you're doing. This means a lot because me watching all the podcasts, even before I came on and going back and watching other podcasts, uh, after we had ours, I went back and watched some other ones. And it's like, bro, I understand it different now that I've been on it. But at the end of the day, like what you're doing is so positive to like to everything, because we all have struggles. We all have things that we deal with as men. And man, ain't nothing better than talking to a man about a situation that men go through and another man can understand you or help you through it. Uh, and I'm gonna be honest, that's what it felt like when I watched it's two particular podcasts that I watched. I don't want to put no names on it, but it's two of them I watched, and it made me feel like, bruh, I wish when you know one of them because I said you need a part two on it. But
Right.
man, just being able to listen to somebody that and let us being vulnerable, I guess. It just made it made it feel like, bruh,
Right.
I get to express it. You know what I'm saying? And it feel good because you're not judged, you're not no, and I can freely talk to somebody that's, hey, willing to talk. And I want to appreciate you for presenting this to the world.
Thank you, but also like man, like I tell everybody, this all the things that you said and how you feel, like that's the reason why that I agree with all those things, and that's why I do what I do. So I mean, you could it's selfish in a way because I get a lot of benefit myself from doing this. It just so happens to help other people too. So I mean, it's a great thing, man. You don't realize, like I said, me and you've been friends. I've been friends with everybody that's been on this podcast except for said. But I mean, we're friends now. But he was the only person that I didn't really know leading up to it, and it, it it the conversations that we've had, even with my friends, are conversations that we never had before, and because we never sat down in a set, like we always hung out and we always everything was cool, but we never sat down like, hey man, what you got going on, man? Like really, really, what you got going on? Not like, oh yeah, man, we doing this and we doing that, just trying to make it. So like it puts you in a setting, and it opens up the the doors to what's really in there. And I guess we don't do a good job in our day-to-day life of really checking on people. Like we really checking on each other when we sit down, when you got the camera going. Like we're talking about things that get overlooked or that don't talk about it. I mean, there's certain things that you don't just bring up.
Yeah, but we also when we amongst each other, we coming together for the event. So if I'm dealing with something, I'm not gonna
Right.
damper the moment.
Right. So
I ain't gonna damper the moment.
I'm not trying to cry at the barbecue.
Yeah, like we came here to turn up, man. Hey, let's turn up, man. I don't care what's going on in my life, because you know what them turn ups do though? Them turn ups, hey, it do the same thing this podcast. Cause ain't no telling what I went through before I got here or none of that. But what it does do is those
Right.
turn-ups with people who love me and I love, hey, we having fun and it takes everything away. It block everything out. So yeah, I ain't mad at the
Right.
turn-ups.
Well, see, like usually alcohol involved or
Hell of a lot.
extracurricular things, and then like the podcast setting takes on at like 2:30 in the morning when you up and you talking about all kind of crazy stuff. So
Yeah,
we
right,
basically
right,
took that moment and trying to do it clear headed and not intoxicated.
right. How many conversations you ever had with somebody at 2, 3 in the morning after the party over, and you sitting there with somebody who actually going through stuff? Damn, man, I ain't know, bro. But then, yeah, middle of the afternoon, man, everybody having fun until that alcohol set in
Right.
and they finna go home and everybody leaving. They sitting there like, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. Those conversations, those are the conversations that I ain't gonna
Right.
lie. I don't
Right.
hate them, but it, it, I love them, but it makes me feel like, damn, I wish I'd have just talked to you earlier before the party. I know you was going through so much.
Hopefully now that especially people close to us, the conversations that I've had with people that just know that I'm going down this podcast journey. Like the conversations of people that I talk to all the time aren't the same as they used to be. Just because
Right.
it's like we opened up the door to like, so we like we really you really want to know what's going on. All right, well I got some stuff if you really want to know. Because that's one of those things where, man, we're all not so very different. We're you can change the names of things and change the places of things, but in all reality, we're all going through something. Some worse than others, some better than others, but something nonetheless. We talk a lot about shifting your mindset, how you view the world, and how you go about your day to day dictates your mood, dictates your happiness. I was reading a quote the other day that says, going from being worried about what's going to happen to me versus going to, I'm excited to see what could happen. Like that's a simple shift in your focus. It doesn't take much to think of the world as not what is the world going to do to me, what negative thing is going to come out of this, versus looking at it going, man, what are the possibilities? Like, am I on the edge of a breakthrough? You never know, but it doesn't take much effort to try to find something positive versus thinking that the world's coming to get you.
Right. Everything ain't always negative. Everything ain't always going through your areas, and everything start feel like it's failing. Like you just never know when your breakthrough gonna come through. Big moments in life is what we really expect, but the moments in life that where we lost and we confused and what makes us frustrated, those points are the points that has us at like, bro, I'm giving up. Nah, you right there. You don't know how close you are to the bullseye. It's like going to a gun range and you shooting a target. And as you're shooting this target, you've never shot a gun before, right? But as you shoot at this target, you learning how to position yourself. You learn how to hold. You learn how to grip. You learn how to position your body. You learn how to hold your arm, extend, how not to extend, how to brace yourself when the impact hits you. You learn how not to flinch. You learn how. So failures in life is the same thing to me, because going to a gun range and to building a business, building a family, building anything that we build in life, uh, it's the same thing. You still have to learn how
Right.
to. If you don't know how to, you can't do. So I mean, yeah, you got to go through those trials, man. You got we not you, not me. We as people, we have to go through those trials. We have to go through those errors, and even though it's frustrating and I can't hit that
Right.
target right where I want it, you have to learn patience. You have to learn skill, more skill. You could be the best at everything in the world, but once you out there in the world on your own,
Right. But you can't, when you get out in the world alone, you can't say that, like in your analogy, this is your first time shooting a gun. Well, you can't shoot it twice and then put the gun down and say, I can't do it. I can't hit the bullseye. And it's like, man, you shot it twice. What you expect? I knew you wasn't going to hit it. And but you can't, a person that's frozen in fear is not getting anywhere. But a person that's crawling around in the darkness that don't know what's going on, but at least they're moving. You can't.
right?
You got to start. Like me and you were talking about the other day, man. Like if someone came and told you that you're only 30 failures away from everything that you've ever worked for and everything that you've ever wanted, you're only 30 more fails away. How fast would you grind out those 30 failures to get to it? You would do it without even blinking an eye because someone told you that there's, like yourself, in the stories that you told us, on the last episode, like, things that you learned the hard way that you tried to instill into the youth now. And, it takes people like that make the world go. And knowledge is power.
Like fear is something that we gotta get over. Yeah, because that teaches us life, man. Like you cannot grow in life
Well,
without getting over your fear.
some of the past guests, I don't remember what conversation we were having, but it applies to you. It applies to me. Pretty much everybody that I know. The struggles that you went through, a lot of my struggles when I was younger were self inflicted. Not necessarily self inflicted, but I knew the outcome and I chose to continue down the same road without making any changes. And
Right,
that outcome continued to show me that it wasn't going to work out. It's going to keep teaching you till you learn.
right.
That's up to you. How long it takes you to learn, though.
We really don't understand because one, you young, two, that's why I feel like I gotta give back information more than I have to give back. Uh, I don't care about finances. I don't care about money. I feel like giving back the information because information carries you longer than anything else in life. You know what I'm saying? You can
But
make $1 million in a day, but
but a
if you
lot
make
of
that
times,
$1 million, what you say?
go ahead. $1 million.
No, you can make $1 million in one day. You can make a TikTok or YouTube video. You can make $1 million in one day. But that $1 million without knowledge, your whole life gone, wasted, and you broke in a year because you didn't know how. So we have to learn knowledge more than we have to learn getting to a bag. A
Right.
bag is easy these days. Knowledge
So
is
like
more important these days.
the making $1 million in a day or a TikTok or all that, you could change your whole life in one day. If you at that crossroads, you want to go left or you want to go right.
Right?
One day can change a whole lot.
It can change a lot, but if you don't know how to use it or properly use it,
Right. And then
how to properly use it to
I
your
mean
benefit, it's a
as far as
waste.
the knowledge and all that, like I agree with you to a certain extent, but I I had a lot of knowledge presented to me through my life as I was making the wrong decisions, and no amount of knowledge was going to change me from making those decisions. And me and you kind of talked about it before. If it wasn't for my kids, I probably would still, regardless of the knowledge and all that, I
Right?
probably would still be making the same bad decisions. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the most successful person in the world, but I'm doing okay now.
Right.
But if it wasn't for that moment in time that gave me something to put my
But
energy
then
in besides myself,
that knowledge shit at the right moment.
yeah, I guess that's whenever I started to speak the same language as the person that was telling me the knowledge because they were telling me the same stuff, but I just couldn't understand it. It was in a
Right.
foreign language, and then you have your first kid, and then it's like it all just comes through at once. Like, oh shit, that's what you've been saying this whole time. Oh
Right.
dang, I wish I'd have listened to you sooner.
Yeah. Like we don't understand. That's why I say the $1 million thing. Like imagine you with $1 million now versus 10 years ago.
Right,
Now you're gonna have acres, paid for, trust funds set up. Then you finna have Harley Davidson with the big spoke rim tires, the big speakers on it. You know what I'm saying? The big, yeah, like man, I could imagine what I would have did back then. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been a house.
Right.
Now I got a house and I ain't got the meal, but at the same time, I understand if I get that meal, pay it off, and
Right.
start building. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah. It's you hear people all the time say like you don't know what love is until you have a kid, and it's one of those you hear your parents will tell you this, people will tell you, and before you have the kid, you're like, oh man, it ain't you don't know what you're talking about, and then
right,
you finally get to that moment, and you holding this little human, and for the first time, you just have these feelings that you can't even explain. And then all of a sudden, all those times that these people in your life told you you don't know what love is until you have a kid. Like that's one of the most truest statements that I've ever heard, because it for me anyway. I guess I can't speak for all people, but the feeling that I don't think you could replicate.
nah, you can't, you can't. It's not even comparable. It's not
Yeah. So
comparable to me.
any type of uh, love or anything that you thought you knew, man, it just whenever that moment happens, it's like a switch. Like I don't know, it's almost something like primal, like
Right.
something unlocks in the DNA.
It's like being a lion in the wilderness, though. Like so you take a lion and you watch on Discovery Channel how these cubs they sit in the woods all day until their mama bring me. Then the mama come get them. Then they come get the food, like our parents do us when they cook. You know what I'm saying? We go in a room and then mama come get us. And then once we get older, or we start watching how they hunt. We start watching how they cook. You know what I'm saying? So it's like instinct. You know what I'm saying? Like that parenting instinct always is like, bruh, life is crazy if you really look at it and just watch it and see how it is. Yeah, I can't say that.
It's so deep, and it's so meaningful, and it's so it just for myself, it like that it becomes your identity in a way. Like that's your roadmap. You don't have to look for a reason to feel important. You don't have to look for a purpose. Like you just wake up every day, and like that's my purpose is to provide, protect, nurture, teach. All these different things. It's We kind of touched on it before, but it's crazy to think that like you're so entrenched into that life, and then you're preparing that person to go off on their own and leave you. And so like one day you just go from like this is your everything and this is your only thing to I hope I did good. And like I don't even know how do you mentally prepare for that moment of of call me if you need me. you know
I got one more year, Matt. I got one more year with my oldest, my first. And this, I used to get mad. I can't even look at the camera because I still get mad. But she wants to travel. She wants to go away. And it's nothing bad. She just we raised her that way. You have to learn how to, you know what I'm saying? Like she been working for like 2, 3 years now, and she doing hair and all this other stuff, and she getting to talk to different people, and she like, Dad, I want to explore, and I'm like, nah, explore the backyard. We be in your house, you know what I'm saying? Like, but still, like and like I told her, we recently just had a conversation yesterday because she got so busy this year with doing hair to she had to leave her job. And I was like, babe, uh, man, I want you to start back working. You was doing good last year, and I understand you getting a little slow, but I want you active. I want you to stay active. She's like, Dad, I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, I just need you to save your money right. Cause like me and my wife, we take care of everything, but like when it comes to her, I don't know what she spend her money on. I don't care. I don't ask for it. So it's none of my business, but I need it saved. Cause
Right.
like we about to get you a car and you about to start driving and all this other stuff, but then it's our job to also train when that scary moment hit. Cause maybe we don't answer the phone one day. You know what I'm saying? They first leave the house and only thing in the back of their head is, I don't know what to do. Oh, let me call a tow truck. I could get a room. I could pay for this. I could do that. That's your money. All that money you save is yours. My job is to get you to learn right now. Save. Do what you're supposed to do. We got everything else. We got everything as long as you're here. Now, if you want to stay here longer, then you can save for a very long time. Don't that make more sense? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nah, we gotta let them go. It's scary. It's scary. Oh, it's so scary. Because the world is not the world that I can't even say that because it's always been crazy. It's always been crazy. Maybe that's why our parents treated us like they treated us. You know what I'm
Everything
saying?
starts to make sense.
Yeah. But me as a father with a daughter, I don't want you to leave. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if we train them right, if we train them right, teach them right, and we give them the right knowledge, and we teach them how to handle themselves out in the world, you know what I'm saying? Especially like you're an active father with your daughter, like y'all out and about in the world. I'm an active father. I'm out and about. Like when my daughters go somewhere, I'm with them. I'm talking to them. I'm saying, hey, pay attention. Hey, get off the phone. Hey, like it gets deeper than that. I won't go into detail because some people might be like, "Oh, you're crazy," but no, for real though, them getting that knowledge from us, like once they get out the house, they gonna look at us like, "Here you go with this." But then at the end of the day, when they get out the house or when they not in our presence, and they friends look at them like, "Whoa, okay, I'm gonna follow you," like because they know how to move. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And it's a scary thing, man, because like you said, all you can do is all you can do. That's all, and hopefully you gave them the right knowledge, and hopefully life treats them well. And that's
Yeah.
um yeah, it's a scary thing, man. And then just, to bring it full circle, you don't know what love is until you have a kid.
Yeah,
Until
exactly.
you're sitting up at 10:30 at night with your friend on a webcam talking about the future and what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. And these are conversations that 21-year-old me never thought that I would. My brain didn't work like that. I never even thought about moments like this
Right.
until you're there. And you know, there's no right or wrong way, I guess. I mean, there is a, a lot of wrong ways, but everybody's got their different touches and their different outlooks and views and all that. And but the most impactful thing that I could give to any father or parent is, man, just try to be as you can. And if you think it don't matter, then you're not paying attention
For
because
real.
it matters. It matters a whole lot. Like the analogy that me and you talked about, everybody's been to a kid's. Well, I don't know about everybody. Most people have been to a kid's Christmas uh, elementary school where they're singing and stuff, and everybody's they bringing them to the gym, and everybody's next looking for somebody that they know, and the moment that they lock eyes with you, they're like, "Oh, what's
Right.
up?"
Right.
And like
The
just
giraffe. The giraffe.
yeah, they looking with the giraffe neck, just looking around, man, and it that's what happiness is. And man,
Right.
can you imagine the what that kid felt like that was giraffe necking and never got to lock eyes with nobody, never got to feel that support, and man, it matters, man. It matters. So if you don't do nothing else in this life, man, just show up. You ain't even got to do much. You
Just show up.
just show up. You ain't
Show
even
up.
got to know what you're doing.
If
Just
you gotta
pretend.
pay $10 to park, all right, pay $10. And when that tree do this right here, you say, that's my tree. Let them know you there. Let them know that you there for that tree. You hear me?
Yeah,
Like, man, do you know? Oh man, I don't even want to go on this. I don't want to get on this subject, but it's a hard feeling. Not seeing kids, not seeing that people don't show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, dude, that's a painful thing for a child, and it makes them feel like, oh, well, I'm gonna keep acting out because I can do more. And it's our job to make sure that we are there as good parents for our kids. And anybody who watches this podcast, just know if your child messing up, start showing up. Just show up. So, hey, show up to recess. Hey, I just want you to know I love you. Show up to like just show up. Show up to every event. If you can't get in the game, stand on the gate. Stand
right.
at the gate. Stand outside the gate and be like, "Hey, I'm right here." You know what I'm saying? Like, just do stuff, man. Just let them know you care, cause that's all
Right.
the kid want, man. They just want to know that somebody care for them.
And
That's it,
like
bro.
you said, as far as acting up or anything like that, I guess it depends on the age of the kids we're talking about. But um, some of the younger kids, they're not developed enough to have the communication skills. Because I know myself included, everybody that we all could be better communicators,
Right.
but that's asking a whole lot for a 7-year old or an 8-year old or a 10-year old to come to you and say, "Hey, look, I need you to show up." That's a serious conversation that I don't think many 7 or 8-year olds are willing to have. So their way of trying to get to you will be, "Hey, um, I got suspended. You paying attention to me now?"
Right.
And they don't
Right.
even they're and it's almost like they're not even doing that on purpose. It's like a subconscious thing. It's like, well, every time I get in trouble, at least I'm getting attention.
Some type.
And right. And I guess to those children, negative attention is better than no attention.
And I don't think they see it like that. I think it's more seen as the attention that they're getting from the people they get the applause from. So the parent, you don't get the applause at home, but you get the applause from you putting your hands on somebody at school and somebody telling you, "Yeah, do that." You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And in the man, ain't nobody gonna mess with my dog. Ain't nobody gonna ain't yeah, man. Hey man, he turned. Like the applause you get from outside the house because you don't get them inside the house is what makes a child brain develop different. Because if we don't congratulate them, what they do wrong, they will be congratulated with, and that's whoo boy. What I told you last night.
This this is a testing type situation. The program that we're using, and it's a different feel, it's a different flow, it's a different everything. So it's going to take trials and errors, and
Right.
we're going to work through it. But the program that I we're using, the time the free version is almost up. So I guess we'll just close this one out. If you have any closing thoughts that you want to throw here at the end, or
Nah, I really appreciate this platform and what you're doing, T Mac. Uh, Wonderfully difficult makes the world a better place. I'm gonna be honest because we are wonderful, and in life, it's difficult. And what y'all created and what you doing right now, it makes it a better place.
yeah,
And
man,
take care of
well,
y'all kids, man.
show up.
Show up.
And it, yeah, I appreciate the shout out, but man, like like I told whoever, I'll tell anybody, this ain't me. This is us. And the more we can talk about it, the more we can spread it, the more conversations are gonna happen. And I'm not saying we're gonna change the world, but we can at least
You can start with us.